Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Live channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how to get your windscreen leak on the P3 Volvo sorted once and for all, get it properly done so it will never be an issue for you again. Now, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, the P3 generation Volvos made from 2007 right up to 2014, Volvo forgot to stick in the windscreen properly. There was an issue with the factory priming, so that they become unstuck at the top, so they then leak along here as the water drips down into this channel, and I'll show you the channel now, and things get very wet inside and electrics go and the cars get destroyed basically. So this affects all the cars made in that period, so the S80 like this, the V70, XC70, V60, S60, and I believe also the XC60. So yeah, it's quite a common issue, something that really does affect a lot of cars, and the effects of it can be quite catastrophic, to be honest. So yeah, for those of you that are new to the channel, perhaps didn't see it, I had a bit of an issue with mine, but I've got it resolved, so I wanted to share with you the way I would go forward in the future in getting this done again. So let's get into it. So I contacted Volvo UK about the issue, as I understood that in other countries they will fix it free of charge. Now what you need to do is contact their customer services, which is custcare@volvouk.co.uk, or volvo.com. I'll have to check that. I'll stick it in a link in the description. And I contacted them to explain the issue, and they're obviously aware of it and offered to have it rebonded for free. Now, these are where the issues occurred. So I took it to the dealership, arranged to have it done, and when the dealership did it, they managed to crack the windscreen. Now, I went back to Volvo and asked, well, look, they've damaged the windscreen, what can you do about it? They said, well, it's not our problem. You would have been told that there was a risk, and therefore you should have foreseen that, and it's not our problem. We're not going to cover it at all. So I was then left without a car for a couple of days until I could work it out with the dealership, who eventually decided to pay, as it was sort of their mistake, as it were. So yeah, that was quite a stressful route, if I'm being honest, to get it done. It's about whether you think the risk is worth it, whether it's worth cracking it and having to pay for a new one potentially. The only way I really got around it was there was a little loophole, the fact that the dealership hadn't quite told me the truth in terms of, well, we hadn't sort of worked out who was liable for what. I sort of gave the car assuming that it would be fine, and then they said, well, no, we said this, so there was a bit of a back and forth. So personally, I wouldn't go down that route again, unless you need to replace the windscreen for any reason anyway, or you've got a spare 300 and 400 quid available. Now what you can do is claim through your insurance. So if your windscreen has any sort of crack or anything like that, or any damage, perhaps that has resulted, then you could potentially go to your insurer, pay an 80 quid or so excess, and they would replace the windscreen for you. What you can also do is contact a place such as Autoglass or National Windscreens or something like that, and they can also replace the windscreen. Obviously you probably wouldn't get the it would be more expensive than going through your insurance, but it's just about personal preference really. So that, to be honest, is the way I would go, rather than risking it with Volvo UK. Like I said, they weren't particularly helpful when the windscreen broke, and neither were the dealer really. So yeah, although it's a lovely gesture from Volvo, it is something, I think it's the old adage that nothing comes for free. So bear that in mind if you're looking into getting it done through Volvo. And yeah, that's it. That's sort of my 2 pence worth on the whole situation. I promised it would be the last time I mention it on the channel, and yeah, we'll call it there. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.